Because America's gonna be destroyed. Whether you believe it or not, America's gonna be destroyed, man. This is what's coming to America.
Right. That's right.
This is what's coming to a Babylon the Great. Everybody think it's all cotton candy, it's all sweet. This is what's coming. And these heathens gonna have to pay for what they done to God's chosen people.
Right.
Give me Deuteronomy 30 and 7, King. Somebody give me Psalms 137, 7 through 9. Yeah, come. This was coming to the heathen. Just bring it out, King.
This the book of Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thy enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
So the Most High gonna put all these curses that's on us upon these heathens. Right now, this is their kingdom. They living it up. They ain't worried about nothing. They should walk around proud, riding their bike like they just not on stolen land. They walk happy, smiling. You know how on the little movies they come in, honey, I'm home. You know, she cooking dinner in there. That's what's going on. They thinking it's sweet, but not knowing these curses that's on us finna come to them very soon. Who got Psalm 137? I got it.
The book of Psalms, chapter 137, verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom.
Hold up. So he said, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom. He said, remember what these so-called white people did. Remember this. Is he saying forget about it? Because America will tell you to forget about it. They'll tell you to turn the other cheek. We all equal. Come hold hands. Hey, but what he said again, King?
He says, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom.
He said, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom. Keep reading, King. Keep reading.
In the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
Keep going, King.
O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that reward of thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dashes thy little ones against a stone.
So we're going to take and dash their little ones against the stone.
Right.
The Christian church ain't talking about this. Why are they not reading this? They're not talking about, we're going to take little babies and dash them to the stone. It's in the Bible.
Right.
Because then Deuteronomy 30 and 7 said all these curses that was on us will come upon them. And then they do that to our babies. They fed our babies to alligators. They fed our babies, mainly in Florida. They fed our babies to alligators. They hit a nigger baby with our children. They cut the baby out the woman's stomach. So what made them think that nothing's gonna happen to them? Somebody give me Isaiah 14 and 21. Hey, King, you got 2 minutes to the words of the Lord? Come. Isaiah 14, 21. Let's see what the King says.
All praise. Hey. We ain't gonna hurt you, brother. How you doing, King?
Shalom, King. Shalom, King.
This is Peter right here, man.
How you doing, King? So what if I told you that you one of God's chosen people? What you tell me? What you think about that? If I told you that you're a king walking this earth, that you're God's chosen people, what you tell me? You believe that? If I told you that you're God's chosen people?
Not entirely, but
why you say that? Why you want to think that you're God's chosen people? What about you believe in the Bible?
I don't know really.
Why you say that? Like, what do you disagree about the Bible? Have you ever read it?
I mean, I've always grown up Baptist. It's not like I don't disagree with anything. It's just, I guess it's just I don't want to have blind faith.
Alright. Give me well I'm finna show you a part of the Bible who you read. Because the Christian church, somebody give me Acts 7 to 48. So you say you're a Baptist, right? What did you learn in the church? Can you tell me some stuff that you learned? Do you remember some stuff that you learned in the church?
Just the general thing that always believe in the Lord and He'll see you through no matter what you go through in life.
Well, we out here to let people know who He is according to the Bible. Do you see yourself on this truck right here? You come look at it. Do you see your nationality or your race on this chart?
You got it, King?
First,
You got it.
You American black. You'll be from the tribe of Judah.
You know?
That's the same. That's the same tribe Christ from. You know Jesus Christ. Give me Hebrews 13 and 7. I'm gonna show you. It's the same tribe Jesus Christ from. He's from the same exact tribe Christ from. You got no, what Hebrews 13, 14. Yeah, Hebrews 7, 14 is like Hebrews 7, 14.
Hebrews chapter 7, verse 14.
No!
You run your household, brother. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spoke nothing concerning priesthood.
So Christ, who the world calls Jesus Christ, he sprang out the same tribe you from. Now, if I ask you, how you think Jesus Christ according to the Bible? How you think he look? If I ask you how you look according to the Bible, have you ever taught how Jesus Christ look according to the Bible? Have they ever taught you how he look? We can show you out the Bible because a lot of people say that he's so-called white. Some people say he's all colors, that he don't have a color. But we can show you out the Bible how he look. He looks just like you. Somebody get Revelation 1.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 14. His head and his hair were white like wool.
So Christ had white woolly hair. Now you know what texture wool is? It's like our hair, like your hair, like that elder hair right there. He had white woolly hair. But if you look at the image of Christ that they show us right there, he got the devil horns. He got blonde stringing hair. So that's why he got the devil horns on it, because that's not the true image. The Bible tell you he had white woolly hair like this. Keep reading it for you.
As white as snow, and his eyes were a flame of fire.
So his eyes was red as a flame of fire because he drank a lot of wine. So his eyes was red. But if you look at the image on Google of Christ, his eyes always be blue. So that's 2 stripes right there on that image right there. That's 2 stripes to show you that that's not the true image of Christ. Keep reading it.
And his feet like a defined brass, as if they burnt in the furnace.
So his feet was like brass. You know the color brass? Like if I had a penny, that's the color brass. But you reading it, kid.
And his voice as the sound of many waters.
He had a loud voice. You know how people be like, black people talk loud. You know how we talk loud because Christ had that same voice. He was a deep spoken man. Like, keep reading. You already got that? Yeah. Oh, so his feet was like brass if it burnt in the furnace. So if I burn that penny, what color would it burn? You burn anything, what color would it burn? White. Black. So he'll look something like this according to the Bible. That's how he look like us. But the church, they have a white image in the church. They say that's how he look. But really he look like us. So this is why we out here letting our people know the truth. Because the church unveiled that a lot of people don't know who he is. We in the last days. This is coming to America right here. Fire, pestilence, all this stuff is coming to America. So we love our people so much to let them know and warn them what's to come. So give me Deuteronomy 1:1. I'm going to show you who you is, that you're a king walking this earth.
That's right.
You're a king, man. You're not a nigga, you're not black, you're not African American, you're a king walking this earth.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Break it out.
These are the words that Moses spake unto all Israel.
So who is Moses talking to? Israel. He's talking to Israel, right? So all throughout the whole Deuteronomy, he's talking to Israel. Because Moses, we was with Moses in the wilderness, nobody else. The Israelites was with Moses in the wilderness. So he's talking to us, right? So I'm going to show you something. Give me Deuteronomy 15. About 20 and 15.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. No! But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So basically what the Lord said, if we don't hearken and listen to him, he's going to put a curse on us. Now if I ask you, is the curse a good thing or a bad thing, what would you tell me? Right? If I tell him to put a curse on you, is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's a bad thing. Right. What God said, if y'all do not listen to me, I'm going to put a curse on y'all. But you know we ain't need to listen. You know, we hard headed. So get Deuteronomy 28 and 16. Let's see one of the curses that he's going to put on there. So let's see, do we match this curse?
Verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
So he said, since we didn't hearken and listen to his commandments, we're going to be cursed in the city. Now you from Tallahassee? You from here? Where you from, man? Georgia? I'm from Georgia too. Now if you look around in any project, and who getting shot down in the street? Now what nation of people getting shot down in the street by the police and killing each other? Hey, who most in the project? Us, right? We curse in the city. Every time you look, our people on drugs. Most of our people always be on drugs.
Sister, brother.
So keep reading that, King. 6 minutes. Yeah, 6 minutes. Alright, y'all are Alright, so he said we're gonna be cursed in the city and we're gonna be cursed in the field. That's what we went through slavery. A lot of people wonder why did we go through slavery? Like, what's the point of God putting a people through this stuff right here? It's because he told us already in the beginning, we made a covenant with him. We told him that we was gonna listen to him, but we didn't. So this was one of the punishments. He said, since y'all didn't want to listen to me, y'all gonna go through slavery. So this is why we went through back beating. This is why they fed our babies to alligators.
Right.
This is why we got hung, because this is a curse on us, right? So give me Deuteronomy 28 and 32. I got you. Give me 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thy hand.
So he said, it's another curse. He said our sons and our daughters going to be given to another people. So that happened during slavery. You know, they had auction blocks doing. You seen slave movies? You seen slave movies? They had like auction blocks, and they had our children on there, and the white man could come in and take them at any time. We couldn't do nothing about it. He said, we're going to look and fill with longing, and we didn't have no might in our hands. We didn't have no gun. We didn't have no knife. We didn't have no damn bomb or nothing. We can't use our hands. We didn't have nothing. We just had to watch and look at our children get smacked. That's one of the curses. This is why we're going through all this hell right now. It ain't because we're not we're not chosen, because the Bible say that we're chosen people. But we just going through this stuff because we didn't listen. We're hard-headed. We're hard-headed people.
So that baptism, that Baptist stronghold down, King. Say that Baptist stronghold down.
Come on.
Tear it down.
The Bible don't say nothing about being a Baptist. It talks about nation of people. It talks about a group of people, nations of people. And he talks about the Israelites. All throughout the Bible, he talks about the Israelites being his chosen people. So,
This is Lamentations, chapter 1 and verse 8. Jerusalem hath grievously sinned, therefore she is removed. All that honor her despise her, because they have seen her nakedness.
So Jerusalem have sinned. If you know anything about the history of the Bible, Israelites, we always sinning. We always going off. So Israel was always doing stuff. We were idolizing, we was committing adultery, we were getting tattoos, we were doing all type of stuff. But that's why we're in the condition right now, because the Most High gave us 10 other chance to get right. But we don't want to listen. So he said, hey, this is going to be y'all last captivity, but y'all finna catch hell. Y'all the president's finna rule over here. All y'all will be on y'all neck. All right.
Right.
So, what you got here?
I got 41.
We got 41.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
See, that's so simple. He said we're going to have sons and daughters, but we're not going to be able to enjoy them. So, because in slavery, we wasn't able to enjoy their first walk, their first word. We weren't able to do that because they were sold. They went into captivity, so we wasn't able to see their first step or hear their first word. We couldn't enjoy them, right? So give me Deuteronomy 20 and 37. We just showing you some curses to show you that we God love the people, that we match up with these curses.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 37.
Go!
But thou shalt become an astonishment.
Hold up, man. He said we're gonna become an astonishment. So we the people that everybody look at, like King said earlier before he got here. When they sit down and eat their food, they turn on the television, they look at us. We playing sports, we doing all that stuff. Everybody look at this. You know how they want us to, back in slavery or segregation, they always want us to dance, with blackface, do dance and all that. That's an astonishment. When our females twerking on cars, when our brothers sagging their pants, that's an astonishment.
Right.
That's on us. We wasn't looked at like that back then. We was looked at back then as being kings, royalty people. But now everybody looking at us being like, what? That's God's chosen people? She the one that's twerking with half naked? She God's chosen people? They look at us like that now because that's a curse on us.
A proverb and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead you.
Son, so he said we're gonna become a proverb. Have you heard somebody say, if you want to hide something black man put in the book? You ever heard that saying? Have you ever heard black people love chicken? Black people love watermelon. You ever Kool-Aid? Black people love Kool-Aid. That's a proverb. That's a proverb. That's a smart saying that they put on our people. So he said we're gonna become a byword. So that's why our people call themselves black. We call ourselves African American. We're not really the color black. My shirt the color black. I'm not the color at all. But that's a byword that was put on there. We call ourselves African American. We're not African, we're not American. You know what I'm saying? We call ourselves Negroes. We call ourselves Afro-American. We call ourselves all this stuff with our names. So give me Deuteronomy 28 and 68. No, give me Deuteronomy 28 and 64.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 64.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods,
which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
So he's gonna scatter us among all the nations. So this is why you see black people in Mexico. This is why you see black people in United Kingdom. This is why you see us in China, in Jamaica, in Japan. Because we scatter everywhere. Everywhere you go, you're gonna see black people.
Right.
Our ships were took at different places. So read it again.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
So he said when we get to the land that we got brought over here on slave ships, we're going to get that in a minute. But he said when we get to our land, we're going to serve other gods, wood and stone. So the wood that it's talking about, if I ask you, like, you go to church, right? What do you see Christians bow down to that's wood? That you see them pray to and they bow down to it and pray to it. It's wood. Huh? Nah, What Christ died on? Cross. You ever seen they bow down, they go and bow down to the cross and pray to it? That's what he said we're going to do. That's the wood that he's talking about. And the stone that he said we're going to bow down to is the cobblestone in Islam. You know, in Islam, they be bowing down to a stone, they be walking around this stone, the Mecca come. He said this is what our people going to wrestle. But our people wasn't doing that. You know, our people didn't know nothing when we came over. We didn't know that we weren't doing that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happened to us. We're gonna serve wood and stone. So that's one right there. So give me, I'm gonna get the kicker for you, King. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 68. So give me Exodus 28.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Hold up. So he said he gonna bring us in Egypt again with ships. So he said Egypt again. And you know the story about Moses? You know, he freed the Israelites out of Egypt. You know, ever heard about that? We walked out the first time. So what he talking about? We're gonna come out of Egypt again with ships. Give me Exodus 22. You got it. I'm gonna show you what that word Egypt means in the Bible.
Exodus 20 and 2.
Bring it out.
I am the Lord, thy God, which have brought thee out of the house of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Okay, so that word Egypt just means bondage. So when he said, read 28, 68 again, King.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So that word Egypt, he's talking about is bondage. So he said he's going to bring us in bondage again. But this time, we coming on ships. So we're the only people that came up here on ships. If I ask you, who came up here on ships? What can you tell me? What nation of people? On the slave move, who would be? Yeah, who are those people? Who is Moses talking to in Deuteronomy 1 and 1? Let me get it again for you. Somebody give me Deuteronomy 1 and 1. You got it right here.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 1. These be the words which Moses spoke to all Israel.
So he's speaking to the Israelites. We call ourselves African Americans, but he's speaking to the Israelites. He said that we're going to come over here on slave ships. So we're the only people, you know, they put it in our face on movies that we came over here on slave ships. So that was going to happen. That's why we came over here on slave ships. So keep reading, King.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies, for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So he said we came over here, we're going to be sold into our enemies.
Right.
Bondmen and bondwomen. So what is bondmen and bondwomen? When somebody says you a bondman, what that is? When you in bondage. It's like slavery, right? When somebody say you in bondage, that means you like you in slavery. So we say we're going to be in bondage. So like we said, get it again.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies, for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So he said, no man gonna buy it. So we get sold over here, nobody gonna get us out this captivity. You had Martin Luther King tried, Marcus Garvey, you had the Black Panthers, you had all these people, Nat Turner, he tried, but we still here, we still in our captivity. That's biblical. He said we're not gonna get out this captivity. Only person that's gonna save us is Christ. That's right. That's the only person. Nobody
That's right.
now is not gonna save us out of this captivity.
That's right.
This is why we. So you gotta keep up here.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 2, verse 30.
Bring it out.
For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves.
So he said he knew that we're not going to hear him because we're stiff-necked people.
That's right.
Bring that out too. I'm going to bring that out.
And shall know that I am the Lord their God, for I will give them a heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity.
So basically what he's saying is he knew that we weren't going to listen to him. Because Israel is stiff-necked people. All throughout the Bible, we just won't listen to him.
That's right.
If we don't listen to him, it's punishment. Then we always get right and do the same stuff again.
That's right.
Then he said in this land, this we're going to wake up. So that's why we're waking up now. That's prophecy. He said in this time, we're going to remember ourselves. So that's how we remember who the Israelites.
That's right.
Remember in Christ, we got to keep the commandments. Prophecy that's happening right now. This is how we know we're in the last days. Because the prophecy that's in the Bible. So give me Hosea 4:6.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
So we destroyed for a lack of knowledge. It's in the Bible. The Bible says, man, the Israelites, we are destroyed. We are destroyed as a group of people. We out here doing all type of crazy stuff. We out here partying. We out here smoking weed. We out here having sex with all these people. We are destroyed. We don't even know who he is. We calling ourselves a color out of crayon box, king. We went from calling ourselves kings and princesses to black. That's low. That's low, king. So give me Deuteronomy 76. Let me show the king who he is. Deuteronomy 76.
Wake him up, King. Wake him up.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Bring it out.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So he said he chose the Israelites to be holy people. And that word holy just means separate. He chose us to be a holy people above all people that's upon the face of the earth. Think about it. Who can do the stuff we do on this side? Anybody. Who can dance like we dance? That's why they put us all on TV and we all dancing and stuff like that. Because that's entertainment to them because they know nobody can do what we do. Who can cook like us? Who can play sports like us? Who got the rhythm like us? Nobody. Because we are chosen people. So we want, that's why everybody know that. They're not going to say it. They're not going to come out and say it's something special about us. But we know that it's something special about us. Just by even by our hair, how our hair is. You know what I'm saying? We're the only people that got this type of hair. Our skin, when our skin hit the sun, it glows. So everybody know it's something special about us. But they just put their finger on it. This is what it is. Bible, we are chosen people. We is God's chosen people, King.
That's right.
So I'm gonna give you some commandments. I'm gonna give you some commandments to keep because in the Bible, the Most High gave us some commandments to keep. This is the reason why we're in this situation right now because we didn't keep them.
10 and 12.
Or give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. So like, give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 12.
Bring it out.
And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
So the reason why we're here on the earth is to serve the Most High.
That's right.
The only reason why we're here to serve him. And he gave us some commandments to keep. So this is what we're here for. We're here to keep the commandments and serve the Heavenly Father. It's the only reason why we're here. We ain't here to party. We ain't here to be the best athlete. We ain't here to be the best singer. We got one job and one job only. It's to serve the Heavenly Father and keep the commandments. Simple. So I'm gonna give you some commandments. Hey, these give me I'm gonna start off with Leviticus chapter 11 verse 7.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 7.
Bring it out.
And the swine, though he divided the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
Brother, if I ask you what the swine is, you know what swine is? Like they say you want some swine, you know what kind of animal swine is? The pig. He said we can't even eat the pig. Let me tell you why we can't eat the pig, brother. It's a reason Christ said not to eat the pig. He's not just gonna tell us we can't eat the pig for no reason. It gotta be a reason why Christ told us not to eat this pig. And the reason why he told us not to eat the pig is because the pig is the
just hold both
nastiest
of them
animal
at one time.
on the face of the earth. The pig is the nastiest animal ever because a pig don't sweat. The reason why we sweat is to get these toxins out of our body. But a pig don't even sweat. So whatever a pig eats, it stays inside them. And a pig will eat anything. They were made to eat anything to clean the earth.
That's right.
Doo-doo. A pig can eat me if I die. It'll come and sniff me and eat me. A pig can eat rats. That's right. A pig can eat roaches, all that. So this is why we're not supposed to eat the pig because we'll get sick. That's why there's a lot of people walking around here with high blood pressure. They got cancer because what they eat, they're not watching the food they eat. They just put anything in their mouth. So they consuming anything. You ever heard you always eat? You ever heard that you always eat? So if you eat a pig, that means you're a pig, and a pig is a nasty animal. So this is why the Bible say not to eat a pig because it's nasty. Even scientists will tell you that. Science class, they'll tell you how nasty the pig is. I had a football coach. He told me how nasty the swine was. He still ain't it though, but he told me how nasty the swine was.
That's right.
It's a nasty animal.
That's right.
Never made to be put in our body.
That's right.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch.
So you ain't even supposed to, if you see that pig right there dead, you're not even supposed to touch it.
Huh.
How nasty it is. The Lord said, y'all are my chosen people. I don't even want y'all touching that animal.
Huh.
All he is living it. If your dad
That's right.
If your dad tell you not to do something, it's because he loves you. It ain't because he wants to get on your nerves. So the Most High said not to eat that pig or touch it because he loves you. And he's looking out for you because he know the stuff that comes with eating that pig.
They are unclean to you. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever has fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, this shall ye eat.
So now it's going to go to the waters. Now it's going to tell you what you can't eat in the water. So you can eat anything in the water that have fins and scales.
That's right.
Like fish. Fish have fins and scales.
Uh-huh.
So keep reading. Keep going, King.
And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
So anything that's in the water that doesn't have fins and scales is an abomination.
That's right.
You can't even eat it. So you know what's in the waters that don't have fins and scales that our people love to eat? They don't got no fins and scales or nothing. But our people love to eat them. In Ziploc bags, they come in Ziploc bags. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of people love to eat that don't have fins and scales that be in the water. Crab, shrimp, oysters, all that. Our people love to eat that, but you ain't supposed to eat it because those are nasty animals.
That's
Same
right.
with the pig. That's why the waters, the crabs and stuff keep the water blue. So their job is to keep the water blue. So anytime a shark or a whale doo-doo, the crab eat it.
Huh.
Water clean. That yellow stuff that be in the crab, that's not mustard. That's doo-doo from what that crab you ate. So that's why the Bible says you ain't supposed to eat that stuff because it make you sick. Yeah, it make you sick. It make you, all type of stuff. Heart problem, heart disease. You got all that stuff in your body.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
So when people say they got heart problems and then they feeling sick, ask them if they eat right. If they eating pork, they gonna be eating nasty stuff. That's why they got that heart problem. And you go to the doctor, all they gonna do is give you pills. But just start eating that stuff. That's gonna help it. Just start eating that nasty stuff that's on that list right there. Bring it out, King.
Like, some people tell you, oh, high blood pressure running my family, oh, diabetes running my family. No, it don't. Not keeping the commandments running your family.
Right.
Therefore, you ain't gonna be leading on the charts for high diabetes. Why are people, leading in those conditions? Right? Because we are chosen people. Right? The Most High curses us when we disobey Him. Right? The other nations, they can do crab, lobster, and it don't bother them. They're not gonna get in trouble. We're gonna get in trouble.
Right. Good point, King. And when has the last time you heard a healthy person have heart problems? He eat right, he drink right, he exercise. When has the last time you heard a healthy person be like, I got heart problems? I got heart problems. And it don't because they eat right. But the people that have the heart problems and stuff, they usually got it because they're not eating right. They drink just anything. They drinking sodas every day. They eat pork chops every day. That's why they sick. So that's one commandment right there that we supposed to do. Keep the dietary law. And you can continue to read it in Leviticus 11. It's a whole dietary law of things we can and can't eat. We can eat chicken now. We can eat chicken. We can eat turkey. We can eat lamb. Con. You can eat turkey. You can eat certain stuff. You got to make sure it's on the dietary law though that you said you could eat, right? I'm gonna give you a few more things. You gotta go. I'm gonna give you a few more things. You gotta go. I'm gonna give you 3 more commandments. I'm gonna let you go. All right? So what you got there?
Leviticus 19. It's Leviticus 19 and 17.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
Con. So basically, you gotta love your brother. If I see you, brother, and I see you kind of hungry, or you kind of need a,
y'all wanna hear word? Hey, sister.
I'm gonna look out for you, my brother. You might not got the same mama and daddy, but you still my brother because we come from the same nation. So I'm gonna look out for you. I can't hate you. And you know that's what our people. Go give me Deuteronomy 28:54 real quick. This is what our people problem is. We have an evil eye towards each other. If a brother step on your shoe, or not you, but if a brother step on another brother's shoe, he gonna want to fight. His brother said, "I'm sorry," but he still gonna want to fight because he look at his brother like an enemy. You got blood, you got Crip, you got GD. They looking at each other as enemies, but we the same people. The same as that tribe and nation. I'm gonna show you what that's a curse too. Give me Deuteronomy 28:54.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and 54.
Bring it out.
So that a man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
So this is a curse. But I was telling you about the curses. That's why he brought out Leviticus 19 and 17. We can't have an evil eye towards each other.
That's right.
It's a curse. This is why we out here killing each other. This is why you hear black on black crime. That's a curse on us. We got an evil eye towards each other now. Back then we didn't have no evil eye. We looked out at each other. But now he said, since y'all didn't want to listen to me, y'all can start hating each other.
That's right.
Y'all gonna leave the household and let get that again. When he said y'all leave the household 54. I mean, I should have stopped you out there. Come.
And toward the house of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
So not only we gonna hate each other, the man gonna leave the household. Did you grow up with your dad? Did you have your dad? That's your Bible. See, that's a curse. He said, since y'all don't want to listen to me, your dad gonna leave the household, and you're gonna be raised by your mother. You're gonna be raised by. That's why a lot of our people so distorted because they raised only by their mom. Right. They don't got the dad in the household. That's why a lot of our brothers so bad because they don't got no dad discipline in the household. A lot of us grew up without our father in the household. That's a curse on us as a people. The so-called white man, he got his dad. The Arab man, he got his dad. The Indian man, he got his dad. We the blacks and Latinos are the only people that don't have their dad in the household. And if he is there, he really ain't there. He only come in and come out. He ain't being the father, you know what I'm saying? But that's a curse on us that we got as a people. Right. So I'm gonna give you 2 more.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38.
Bring it out.
Speaking to the children of Israel, bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So he said, we know we the children of Israel by these curses. So he's saying, speak unto us and tell them that they bid them fringes before their garment, on their garment, right? So what do we have in common up here? You look at all the brothers out here at our shirts, what do we have in common?
Bring it out. Bring it out.
You're about looking at all our brothers' shirts. Well, no, like, you see these right here? Yeah, all of us got these. We got these on because this is a commandment. We ain't just doing this for no fashion show. We doing this because God told us to do it. So keep reading, son.
Throughout our generations.
So we supposed to make these fringes throughout our generation. So this supposed to be something that we wear every generation. We supposed to wear these fringes. Because this is royalty. This will separate us from everybody else. These fringes. So keep reading, son.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
So he said we gotta have a ribbon of blue on it. So this is why you see all of us got a ribbon of blue on our fringes, but they different colors. He got black, I got white, he got brown, he got black, the elder got red, he got black. You know what I'm saying? They the fringe different color, but it's still a ribbon of blue. You know what I'm saying? So this is a commandment. Tell them this is what we gotta wear our fringes to remind us to keep the commandments. It's a reminder for us to keep the commandments, right? So what you got to do? You understand what you're doing? All right, I'm gonna leave you with Son King. So you go, right? So bring that out to me.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, and verse 13.
Bring it out.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man.
So if you don't remember anything I said when you leave, remember to fear God and keep his commandments. Remember that. I gave you some commandments. Like, can you give me 3 commandments I gave you? I think I only gave like 3.
Follow the God, say you are.
Uh-huh.
Hi.
One more.
Yeah, one more. What he read when I said, you know, we have that's our problem that we have against each other.
Like we're always seeing our brothers like enemies.
Yeah, don't hate your brother.
That's right.
That's right.
They got a couple minutes, King.
All right, come. So remember that to keep the commandments, trust in the Most High. So you
Huh.
got Flight King. So make sure you listen to that flight. It's a YouTube channel in the back.
Oh, okay.
Come on, YouTube channel. Listen to it, King.
Who are you, brother?
Who you is according to the Bible?
Go to the Bible.
I'm part of the tribe of Judah.
That's right. That's right. That's right. All right.
See you again, bro. Nice meeting you, bro.
Hey, do y'all see yourself on this sign? We'll be out here next time. Like, actually, your nationality. Y'all see yourself on this sign, right? All right. Like, y'all race. Judah. We from the tribe of Judah. Right? You be from the tribe of Judah, right? So basically what we out here doing, we letting our people know who he is according to the Bible. Because if I asked you before, if I asked you your nationality or race before, what would you tell me? You say African American, right? But we know we ain't African American. Those names have some white men. Leo Scipio Africano and Amerigo Vespucci. You know what I'm saying? That term came out in 1987 by Jesse Jackson. So we ain't African American, right?
That's right.
We say we black. But my shirt is color black. And I ain't know what near this color.
That's right.
We got light skins out here calling themselves black. We ain't nowhere near black. So basically what we doing, we out here letting our people know who he is according to the Bible. Who he is, we the Israelites.
That's right.
And the Israelites in the Bible, if y'all know anything about the Bible, that's God's chosen people. Let me give me Deuteronomy 7:2. That's God's chosen people. Give me Joel 10:27. Because God has that chosen people. America ain't gonna tell you that. America gonna tell you that everybody's the same, everybody equal. But the Bible says something otherwise. Get that, King.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6. Holy people to the Lord. For thou art a holy people to the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So he said he chose us to be above all people upon the face of the earth. But they're not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you everybody equal. But the Bible say that the Israelites are above all the people that's upon the face of the earth. Nobody can do the stuff we do, bro. Who can dance like us? Who can play sports like us? We have been in everything, bro, but they took the Who can, you know, who strong like us? Who fast like us? Usain Bolt. We the best people because we God chosen people.
That's right.
So give me Deuteronomy, give me Joel 10:27.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 2:27.
Look it out.
And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed.
So he said he's the Lord, our God, and none else. Because all throughout the Bible, God is fighting for the Israelites. He's fighting for no other nation but the Israelites. So he loves us so much to fight for us. So we his people, right? Give me what you got here.
This is 1 Kings 8:53.
Bring it out.
For thou didst separate them from among all the people of the earth, to be thine inheritance, as thou spakest by the hand of Moses, thy servant. And when thou broughtest our fathers out of Egypt, O Yahweh.
So he separated us. He said he separated us among. He said he separated us among all these people. He separated us to be his chosen people. This is why we do the stuff we do. Like I said, give me.
That's right.
So I got a picture right now. So we ever wondered, like, we knew something was special about us. I knew something was special about us, but I just didn't know what it was. Like, how we so great? And we went through this right here. I'm gonna show you why we went through this right here. Because for us to be God's chosen people, you ever wonder why did slavery happen? Like, how did the so-called white man being so skinny, and we know how strong we is, how did he put us in chains? It's a curse on us as a people. Still to this day, it's a curse on us. You listen to Kendrick Lamar? You heard you heard his damn album?
A little bit.
Listen to when you listen to his song, listen to
He
got a song called Yah, and there's another one. He said he an Israelite in the song. He tell you that he an Israelite because he know the truth. Right? Yeah, he's and Kodak said that when his son too, Thursday out.
Yeah.
He said he an Israelite. So these celebrities know who he is. So
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 54.
Look it out.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all creatures,
of him come we all.
So everybody comes from Adam. Every race. The white people, so-called white people, so-called black people, the Asians, the Chinese, we all come from Adam, right? Here we go.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
So he said everybody comes from Adam, even his chosen people.
Oh.
The Bible tells you that he has the chosen people multiple times. You get on the hold that. Read verse 2.
Book of 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9.
Bring it out.
But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who has called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
So he keeps saying we are chosen people. We are royal priesthood, man, in the Most High eyes. But we look at each other like niggas. We look at each other like black people, African Americans. We are God's chosen people, right?
That's right.
Right?
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake. As for the other people,
So look, he's saying we already know he had a chosen people. Now he's gonna tell you how you feel about the other people that are not on this chart that had us in slavery. Because the reason why everybody else ain't on this chart because they're not God's chosen people. Everybody had a hand in our slavery. The transatlantic slave trade, when we got on those ships, every race that's not on this chart had a hand in our slavery. They're gonna pay for what they done to us.
That's right.
The Bible.
What is it? For the boat. Where is it? Where did it start from?
Huh?
Where did slavery start from? Way before the boat. You said they had a hand in
When we got off the ship.
before that.
Oh yeah, if you read the Bible all throughout the Bible, we was always
Always
enslaved
in slavery.
always.
Moses took us out.
Yeah, he got us
When we go to the promised land, Jeremiah 29 talks about that.
Yeah.
Judges, the book of Judges, a whole bunch of captivity and Judges, book of Judges.
What is the reason why? What is the reason why we kept going to slavery?
All right, that's a great question. I'm finna get to that, but let me hold that. Give me Deuteronomy 1:1. I'm finna show you. The Bible tell you why we kept going through slavery. That's a great question. A lot of people don't even they know we came over here on slave ships, but they don't think about like what's the reason? Like it gotta be a
What's the
reason.
reason why we keep going back and over? Because we're still in modern day slavery.
That's right. That's right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right now.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So in Deuteronomy 1:1, he's speaking to all Israel, right? So he's showing you that who he's talking to when he gives you this person, right? So give me Deuteronomy 28:15.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15.
Bring it out.
The consequences of disobedience. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I commanded thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right. So he gave us a commandment to keep. And he said, if y'all do not listen to these commandments that I give y'all, it's going to be a curse on y'all. But you know, we ain't listen. We want to turn up. We want to do all type of stuff. Israel did that all throughout the Bible. But the Lord said, if y'all do not listen to me, I'm going to put a curse on y'all for being so wicked. So give me, I'm going to give y'all a curse that he said we're going to put on us. Give me 16.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 16.
Bring it out.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So this one curse that he said was going to be put on us. He said, since we didn't listen, we're going to be cursed in the city. So y'all from here, y'all from Tallahassee? All right, well, where you from? All right, anywhere you go, you're going to see black people cursed in the city. We strung out on drugs. We getting shot down by the police. We killing each other. We cursed in the city. I mean, everywhere you look, we cursed in the city, right? We in the projects. We in the ghettos. We in the trap house. We in the slums. We everywhere. Because that's one of the curses.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So not only is we going to be cursed in the city, we're going to be cursed in the field too. So this is why we were picking cotton then and die. This is why we wouldn't do this. Because we didn't listen to God. He said, if y'all don't listen to me, y'all going to be cursed in the field. Y'all going to go through slavery.
Yeah, because when we got out of Egypt, and we didn't listen, so we kept complaining. Right?
See that?
And when we went to the promised land, we didn't do what God told us to do there.
Right.
So he moved us out of there. He brought us back, and we still didn't listen.
Still didn't listen.
Still
So
didn't
we don't listen. That's
Our kind don't listen.
we don't listen. Give me I'm hold that. Wait, I'm gonna get what you just said. Give me hold that. Yeah. Get out there one too. Yeah. You said something that's in the Bible. Alright, so our people don't listen. Still to this day. Our mama got to tell her 2 or 3 times to do something. Watch them this.
Quick on the sword. Quick on the sword.
Watch them this every time.
This is Isaiah 1 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider.
So the two dumbest animals are the oxen and the asses. They know who their owner is. They know where to go at when they get lost. They know who their owner is when they see them. But us, we don't know. You ask our people who Christ is, they don't know. They think he this guy right here. They think he look like that. We don't know who he is. We don't know who our master is. You got a question about that?
I mean, the Bible describes him.
Yeah, the Bible describes
his feet and made blind.
Run.
His womb.
Yeah, come on.
So let me ask you a question. With doing this and educating about the Israelites, about the chosen people, and people understanding that, for where they going forward, how does that make them go to heaven? For y'all doing what y'all doing?
All right, give me, I'm gonna show you why we got here. Give me Isaiah 51.
Ezekiel 3:17.
Hey, but to the brother's question, he asked you why we keep doing the same thing over and over. Give Jeremiah 17:4.
Jeremiah 17:4.
Book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 9. Go ye therefore to the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage.
So he told us to come out on the highways and byways and bid the people to the marriage. So this is why we out here. We out here letting our people know who he is. Because if we go in the church, we can't really call our people in. To keep the commandments in the kingdom of heaven. So this is why we out here. We see y'all walking, we call y'all like that. But if you in the building, you can't really do that. You gotta wait on them to come to you.
Well, see, and I think a lot of people try to use social media to come into the church, but the whole thing about it, Jesus was never in the church.
Give me Acts 7:48. Somebody give me
Jesus always did his stuff outside and people home.
Right.
To the streets and did what he
That's
wanted.
fact.
Most of his miracles and stuff that he did was out there on the street. Everybody could see it. But the church, as the Bible says, the church only is for fellowship. It's not for the upbuilding of it. Well, it is for you to bring people in. It's for you to go out there and find them. Because you just get retained into a building. That's what the devil has you. But doing what he hates you the most.
Got a precept for that team about the building, about the church.
This book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 48. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
Hold up. So the Most High said he don't even dwell with temples made with hands. So a church is a temple made with hands. He don't dwell in there. And I'm gonna tell you why. Give me Deuteronomy 28:64, and I'm gonna answer your question about that. Give me Deuteronomy 28:64, somebody.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
So we can't. This is why he's not in the church, because the church got a lot of idols. That cross that we wear is an idol. So this is why he don't dwell in the church, because the idols are the crosses, and so you got the pastor in there. He ain't really telling our people who he is. I went to church my whole life. I didn't never hear none of this I was taught. I was an Israelite. We God chosen people. We gotta keep them. I didn't hear nothing about that. All he did was sweat. He'll read like two or three scriptures and sit down, or he'll just go off emotion how he feels. But the Bible, when you actually read the Bible, it's more to it than that. It's more to it. It's way more to it than just have the choir in the back dancing, singing, and him telling you how you feel. It's more to it than that. What y'all?
Yeah, Acts 7:38.
Oh no.
Yeah, Acts 7:38.
This is the book of Acts 7 and 38.
Bring it out.
This is he that was in the church in the wilderness with the angels, which spake to him in the Mount Sinai, and with our fathers who received the lively oracle to give unto us, to whom our fathers would not obey, but thrust him from them, and in their hearts.
So basically what he's saying, he didn't say he was in a church. The church can be right here. Matthew 20, the two or three called in there. That's Matthew.
How you talking about?
Yeah, come on, get that.
Book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 20.
Bring it out.
For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them.
So basically what he's saying is, when 2 or 3 people call in his name, he amongst us. So you don't need to be in no building to go to church. He around us right now.
That's right.
Way more than 2 or 3 people calling his name right now. So you don't have to be in no building to have church. We be out here about every Saturday bringing it out. And the Most High with us. So now, give me Matthew 19:16.
The book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 17.
Bring it out.
The rich young ruler. And he said unto him, why callest thou me good? Verse 16. And behold, one came up and said unto him, good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
So this is why we out here. We out here letting our people know to keep the commandments. So this is how we get everlasting life.
Come.
The commandments. Because we got to keep the commandments. So us not keeping the commandments is the reason why we're in the position right now. So he said, if y'all want everlasting life, y'all go out there on the highways and byways and tell y'all people to come into the mirror and keep the commandments. Book 2 and 30. Have y'all ever seen this red book? Y'all want to know what book this is? Y'all probably like, what book this is? But this book right here is called the Apocrypha. It's a authorized King James version. Because if you get the 1611 version, the Apocrypha in there. But it's a taken out book that they took out because they didn't want us to know certain stuff in here, certain prophecies. But this book is originally part of the Bible. They took it out. So I'll just let you know when we read it. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 2, verse 30.
Bring it out.
For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves. So basically what he's saying is he knew that we weren't going to listen to him. So we are stiff-necked people, even Hosea 4:2. We are stiff-necked people. Our people don't want to hear nothing. But he's saying in the land of our captivity, we're going to remember ourselves. So this is why we're waking up, because we're in the end time. So that's why we're waking up right now and remember, oh, we Israelites. Oh, we got to keep the commandments. Oh, you my brother, you ain't my enemy. We're remembering this stuff now because that's prophesied that we were going to remember that and remember who we did. So this is why we're doing like the Hosea 4:2. This is the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children. So basically what he's saying is our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. So that's why we don't know who he is. We got our slave master last name still. We don't know who he is. We destroyed for a lack of knowledge. In the school system, they're not telling us this stuff. They're telling us that we're African Americans. They're not telling us the reason why we came over here on slave ship. They're just telling us that we came over here. We so destroyed as a people. You know, we hate each other. Then our females want to be whores. Our brothers want to be thugs. You know what I'm saying? Sad, smoke weed. But we don't know. And man, we better than that. They destroyed us so much, so low. We went from being kings to thugs.
Hey.
We don't know who he is. So that's we are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. So give me
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 12.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
What God requires. And now, Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So it's going to go into what he required of us, right?
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord, and his statutes which I command thee this day, for thy good.
So he ain't requiring a lot from us. All he wants us to do is love him and walk in his ways. But people think, oh my, he requiring too much. But they keep every law of America, but they act like they can't keep the laws of the Bible. He ain't requiring nothing of us but to love him and walk in his ways. Because if he loved, we know he was perfect. So if he loved his people, he gonna want us to walk in the same way he walked. Because he was perfect. Yeah, keep that kid.
Book of 1 John chapter 5, verse 3.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
So this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. His commandments are not grievous.
So this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. He say his commandments are not grievous. His commandments ain't hard to keep. His commandments it's not hard to not eat abominations of food. It's not hard to love your brother. It ain't hard not to get tattooed. It ain't hard to do this type of stuff, but we make it hard. We overthink it, right? It's in 1 John 2.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 2 and verse, you say 4? Yeah. 2 and 4.
Bring it out.
He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar, and the truth is not in him.
So he's saying, for the people that say, I know God, I know my God, if you don't keep his commandments, the Bible calls you a liar. He said the truth is not in you. Now this is in the New Testament. This is in the New Testament, so basically what he's saying, if you ain't keep my commandments, you don't love me or you don't know me. So you deceive your own self, right?
The Bible says in Proverbs, I can't remember where, but it says, if you hear my word and know my word, but don't do my word, then you fool yourself.
I know everything. I can't do a piece of it.
Not only that, but if you turn away from the your ears from the Lord, the words of the Lord, your prayers will be abomination.
Proverbs 28 now. That's in the Bible. Because the Lord don't hear everybody's prayers. If you ain't keeping the commandments, because you just said that. The Lord don't hear everybody's prayer. You have all these wicked people out here doing all type of crazy stuff, and then when they finna die on their deathbed, that's when they want to pray. The Lord ain't hearing that.
God trying to hear from you.
Yep. Come, 29.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 9.
Bring it out.
He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be abomination.
So if you turn your ear, like, you hearing this low, and you turn your ear from it, he like, your prayer is an abomination. He ain't even worried about it. He just kind of swatting it down out the sky. If you praying and you ain't doing what he wants y'all to do. So I give y'all a few commandments for y'all leave. 4 for them. All right. Give me number 6 and 38.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 7. And the swine, though he divideth the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
All right, so y'all know what the swine is? Y'all know what the swine is? Pig, right? He said we can't even eat the pig because it's an abomination to it, it's unclean to it. And he's not going to say that for no reason. It got to be a reason why God told his people not to eat the swine. And if you look into it, like even in science, they'll tell you the swine is the nastiest animal on the earth. The pig is a nasty animal. The pig can eat anything, like anything. He'll eat a human, he'll eat damn doo-doo, he'll eat rats. A pig can eat anything, and guess what? He can't sweat it out because he can't sweat. A pig can't even sweat. That's why I be rolling in doo-doo and mud and stuff because he's hot. He can't sweat. So a pig is the nastiest animal ever. That's why he say don't eat it, because he don't want his chosen people to be consuming something like that. So keep reading.
Of their flesh ye shall not eat, and their carcass ye shall not touch.
So he said the carcass you can't even touch. So if we see a dead pig, he don't even want us to touch the carcass. He don't even want us to mess with it, because he cares about us too much that he can let us be around something so low like that, an animal so low like that.
They are unclean to you. These shall ye eat of all that are in the water. Whatsoever hath fins and scales, in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
So he said we can eat anything in the water that have fins and scales. So keep reading.
And all that have not fins and scales in the sea, and in the rivers, and all that move in the water, and of any living thing which is in the water, they shall be an abomination unto you.
So what it's saying is, if it don't have fins and scales, you can't eat it. So what our people love eating that don't have fins and scales out the water? Put it in Ziploc bags, crabs, shrimp, lobster, oyster. We used to all eat that stuff. But the same thing with the pig. That stuff nasty too, because it eats everything at the bottom of the ocean. That's why I be having that yellow stuff in it. That ain't mussel, that's doo-doo. That's in that crab. And the crab eats anything. They keep the water blue. Without the crab and the shrimp and all that, the water be doo-doo. I mean, it's like it'll be dirty. That's right. So yeah, they clean the ocean. So he don't want us to eat the crabs and stuff, because we eating that stuff that the crab ate at the bottom of the ocean. If you gotta think about it. A whale got a doo-doo, sharks got a doo-doo, and they go to the bottom of the ocean. So what's eating? The crab, the bottom people, they bottom people.
Tearing it up. I said they tearing it up.
Tearing it up. And then our people tearing them up too.
Exactly.
They make it like a delicacy. How do the word I'm looking for?
You said it right.
You go to a restaurant, a fancy restaurant, they have crabs on the table. They make it seem like it's something good to be eaten. They fool out people. That's why Hosea 4:6 have to the shore for a lack of knowledge. They fooled us into thinking that crab was something good to eat. Oh, you balling. The crab is balling. Really, they fooling you into eating nasty bottom feeder. They kind of make it look good. They put some sauce on it, bring some butter out to dip it in. We all used to do that. I used to dip it in butter, but
With a little garlic, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but like,
Folly, man.
but it ain't good for you. It'll kill you.
Con.
That's why a lot of people got, like I said to the other brothers before, that's why a lot of people have like heart problems and heart problems and high blood pressure, all that type of stuff. Because they eating the bottom people. If they eat healthy, they won't have that problem. It's just by what they eat. But the doctor ain't gonna tell you that because they want you to keep coming back and paying for pills. So they ain't gonna tell you that. But if you just eat healthy, you want to cancer, you'll cure cancer by just eating healthy and drinking. They said everything is natural. So what you got? That's on that.
You had Numbers 15 and 38 too.
Yeah, let me go. I got it.
This is Numbers 15 and 38.
Bring it out.
Speak unto the children of Israel, and then they them that make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
So the Most High said He want His chosen people to wear the fringes upon their garment. So if you look at every brother up here, what we got in common? Got the fringes, right? And He said a border of blue. So this is why we got a border of blue right here on our fringes. But we have different color fringes. Like you can have different colors. Like brother got brown, he got black. I got white, he got black. Brother got gold. But it still has to be a ribbon of blue on it. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's a reason why we wear these fringes. Keep going, King.
This is verse 39. And it shall be unto you for a friend, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them. And that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye use to go a whoring.
That's good. So the reason why we wear these fringes is a reminder to keep the commandments. He told us to wear these because we're in a simple world. You see a lot of crazy stuff in this world, and your flesh might want to do something. So when you look down at your fringes, you be like, man, I can't do that. That's a sin. Or I can't do that. That's a sin. So these commandments are a reminder for us to keep the commandments so we won't go off. Right? So you want to say something?
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 12. Thou shalt make these fringes upon the four quarters of thy vestment, wherewith thou coverest thyself.
So that's another precept going to the fringes. We got to make our fringes because this is royalty. A lot of people came. Matter of fact, also another reason why we wear fringes is to separate us from the world. Because us having fringes on, it shows everybody that that we keep the commandments, that we separate out in this world. So that's why He said that we supposed to wear the fringes as well, separate us from the world. So what is that right now? Y'all go. All right, I'm gonna leave y'all with one more. Y'all can go. Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. That's it. I'll leave y'all with it. I think I already put it out, but I'll put it in.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 13.
Huh?
Ecclesiastes 12 and 13.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 13.
Probably something.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Well, them two are weird up. Yeah, I'm going to go.
This is book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
So the whole duty of us being on earth is to fear God and keep His commandments. That's only way. We're not here to be the best athlete. We're not here to be the best model. We're not here to be the best celebrity. We're here for one reason only, is to fear God and keep His commandments. All right, so I got one more. I got a flyer.
10 and 20. They got a flyer? Oh,
Yeah. Deuteronomy chapter 10 verse 12. And now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all His ways, and to love Him.
Well, let's see.
To serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord and His statutes which I commanded thee this day for thy good.
So only He commanded us to keep the commandments and fear. Same thing with Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. We're here to walk in His ways and to love Him and keep His commandments. So if y'all don't remember nothing else I said, just remember to fear God and keep the commandments. And this on YouTube channel on the back too.
I got a question though.
Who y'all live?
Who y'all is according to the Bible?
Say again?
Who y'all is according to the Bible?
I'm sorry.
Who are y'all according to the Bible?
What we breaking out?
Negro, black.
Hold on now. You not Negro or not black, huh? That's right! That's right. You're Israelite from the tribe of Judah.
Israelite.
Take care now. Come here.
Hey, King.
Come here, King. Hey, brother.
Fine, so I feel like give me Psalm chapter 149, 69. If I left off it, it's gonna be a while. So give me I know it's gonna be 11. Give me Leviticus. I feel like Leviticus 25 and 34. 149, 69. Yeah.
Hey, Malachi. Okay, yeah, you in that bit.